Here's a controversial opinion. Maybe you don't want to change. Maybe you just want the benefits of changing without paying the price. Because we are truly not stuck. I know that's not a popular opinion, but before you get mad, hear me out. Because I spent years telling myself I really needed to change. Maybe I didn't want to change. Maybe you don't want to change. I wanted to lose weight. I wanted better health. I needed less stress. I wanted a different life. And I said that, but I didn't do any of it. Every time change required any sort of work or sacrifice, I was Mr. Excuse. Every time the changes became uncomfortable, I just said, pfft. When I had to choose between what I wanted now and what I wanted most, and what I wanted now, I always chose now. Do you really want to change? Or do you just want to get the benefits? And I get it. Two completely different things. Everybody wants to lose weight, but not everybody is going to start going on a low carb diet. Everybody wants more money. Not everybody wants to not spend the money to save it. You want a better relationship, but you don't want to do the work. Difficult conversations. Everybody wants something different, but not everybody wants to be a different person. The work it takes to be a difference. That's what nobody's talking about. The life you want requires a version of you that doesn't exist yet, a more difficult, honest version, more accountable version, a version willing to do something that you don't want to do even when you don't want to do it. And that's when people stop. Not because you can't change, because you don't want to go through the process that creates the change. Listen carefully. I'm not saying you should beat yourself up or shaming. It's about being honest. Because once you're honest, then you can do something about it. I had to be honest. I looked in the mirror. I was 300 pounds, insulin dependent diabetic, high blood pressure, had a heart attack. For a long time, I kept saying, I need to get healthy. I want to get healthy. I was still drinking, still smoking. Eventually, I had to admit, I didn't want the change badly enough. Not yet. One day, the pain of staying the same became bigger than the pain of changing. Then I started moving. I lost 75 pounds, started rebuilding my life. It's when I stopped waiting for motivation. Motivation is a lie. Action is what changes your life. Maybe you do want to change. Maybe you really do. But if you've been saying the same thing for 5 years, you've been promising yourself for 5 years, if you've been waiting for the perfect time for 5 years, ask yourself a hard question. Do you really want to change? Or do you just like the idea of changing? Because the moment you honestly answer that, your life can and will start changing in a different direction. Trust me, truth is painful and it'll set you free. First, it's going to piss you off. Maybe you don't want to change. Maybe you do. Here's the fact. You have to move. You have to find a reason to get up every day and do one thing that gets you closer to your dreams. My name is Eric. I'm an accountability coach and I help people do just that. I've started my life over so many ways and I help a lot of people do exactly the same thing. If you would like to have some help or some understanding of what I do, please reach out to me with a DM here wherever you're watching this. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.